Awesome. Now, let me tell you what's gonna plan. What is the plan for today? Apart the whole plan for today, I'm to say well done for being here. In today's session, we're gonna talk about three things. First, we're gonna talk about when is actually the best time ever to go into the market and make a lot of money. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Today, I'm also gonna talk about how do you draw a earning guidance graph. I look at how you draw it. It's really good, but they are the past numbers. Okay, we want the guidance, we want the outlook. From what I can
Okay.
see, you've been giving me the past numbers. What do you think?
So the guidance,
We will have a
I
look later
do
on.
have them.
Don't worry. Yeah, we
No,
will
no,
have a
I
look
have
later.
done the homework,
I
with
saw
the
that.
guidance.
But I don't think so it's guidance. So I think it's revenue.
No,
I
no,
think
no,
it's
that's a separate
yes.
one.
Mm.
That's the weekly homework which I have done with the guidance, and then the baby guidance. That's where I messed up most probably. But
Okay. It's always the guidance. Yeah. Always the guidance, always the outlook. We don't talk about the past numbers. Yeah. So then we're going to talk about that a little bit. And I'm also going to introduce you, recap back the strategies that we always talk about as well, where kind of what happens. So as you already know, some of the best way to make money in the stock market is by buying, as we talk about. Let me just show you a little bit. I hope you remember this a little bit. If you don't, maybe this
mm,
is a recap because yeah, this is it. So oops. So this is probably one of the most important page, and you want to screen, you want to put it onto a piece of paper. You want to write it down really clearly. You want to put it on a piece of paper. Have I sent you a video where I talk about this? Probably not. When is
uh,
the best time to be financially free? Have I shown
uh,
you this?
no, there are bits of this things which I have heard before
Okay.
in your
So
videos,
so
but
as I said,
not
the
before.
first one is when you extreme fear, you want to add some positions into your
Mm-hmm.
trading portfolio. You don't have to look at anything now. I just want you to listen now so that you get full attention. Okay. And yeah, and then market valuation. And then I'm gonna send you a recording of that as well. And you add 10 position when the volume spike, open insider cross, and AAIN sentiment when the put and call ratio was at the high, VIX was at the high, CCI indicated when it crosses, and you use leverage when it dropped more than 18%, and the government is decreasing interest rate. Okay. And what do you buy? You buy things from all-time high. Sorry, if it is dropped less than 10% from all-time high, you will buy the index. If it is dropped more than 18%, then you go through these individual stocks, the baby stocks that you look at. So this is the baby stocks as you look at. Very, very good. I love them to bits. I love you spend a lot of energy and time on it. I'm very clear and I know that. Well done. Really, really happy for you. Now, the only problem is, I love your commitment. The only problem is this is the past numbers. So we want the guidance. We want something in the future. So it has to be from the outlook. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
all of these
yeah.
are wrong.
Not the ones which needed. I understand.
Yeah?
I
Cool.
understand. Yeah.
So do you know how to find the guidance number?
Yeah, but I'm yeah, the revenue, the yeah,
Yeah.
EPS and all of them.
Usually
Yeah.
it's at the last page. Usually it's at the second page of
The
the press
presentation,
release.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
We're
mid
gonna go
one.
through together as well. So don't worry about that. We're gonna go through together one of them. And so we can have a look on them in a proper way. Okay. So now I want to tell you something about how to make a lot of money in the stock market. Okay. The way to make a lot of money in the stock market is use what we call it as a bottom top analysis. So you start from the bottom and then you go all the way to the top. Okay, you start from the bottom. So people will be like, oh, Raymond, when can I buy? When can I sell? The stock market is not doing anything. Should we always wait for extreme fear? Now, you can always wait for the extreme fear. That's a guarantee way to make money, but you don't always have to wait for extreme fears. When the guidance increase 10%, 20%, 30%, like never happened before, we can go into add some positions as well. Yeah. So
Mhm.
that's what we usually this is what we will be doing. Okay. So how do you find all of these stocks? You have to go to market screener, okay? And then you go to news. You go to go to news. Now I'm going to tell you some of the best traders and investors in the world. they just go through all these news. Every day, they go through
Mm-hmm.
all these news. So what they do, they found something that is in their country, let's say United States, and topic, it can be equity, so that is going on. So they just go through one by one. Momentum, Walmart, Volkswagen, Jamsham. Okay, let's get Volkswagen a little bit. BMW. Okay. So because of the tariffs, and it came back up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and this is at the support line, just right there. Okay. Next to Volkswagen. So that's what happened. You read the news one by one and you go to see
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. And then this also fall massively since December. Well, now, how do you know it falls? Because Tesla started to fall and the guidance is really bad. So everything kind of falling a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the best money making opportunity is when you find things to buy because you realize that, oh, like for example, in October, in November time, we talk about companies suddenly, mining companies started to go up big time, and China suddenly to buy they sell U.S. Treasury and they buy a lot of gold and silver, so it went up big time. Gold and silver, lots of our apprentices make a lot of money from it. And what else? Because they read the guidance every single day and by going to the market screener all news. On top of that as well, we talk about utility sectors. People found out, okay, they need electricity, they need AI, and they buy a lot of utility stocks in November and December. Okay. And continue to go up since. So this is how money is home builders as well. Okay. So this is really how money is made. You found some, or the government says that, oh, you know what? I'm gonna combine with Intel. Government says, you know what? I'm gonna go into rare earth, a rare earth company. Let's type rare earth US companies. Like MP material. Let's see. MP material. So it went up big time and then pull back, and then now it's around that. Okay. Cool. So yeah, so went up big time like that. And Intel people keep buying, keep buying, keep buying, and they kind of tell you kind of those before. But this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you some case studies, some examples. Today I'm going to show you Intel as an example. How do we find Intel? Because we've been reading this every day, like we read through it, Volkswagen, we got M&A, Critical, Vitol, Inter, all of that we read one by one. Um, AB, Alibaba plan for IPO, all of that, venture, pharmaceutical, Twister and all of that. So I'm going to show you Intel. I'm going to show you how to plot the earning guidance of Intel, and we decide at the end whether we should be buying or not. All right. So what you do, you can go to the what straight away, um, the company. So let's do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to do investor Intel, just like that, and we're going to pull
Mm-hmm.
everything up. So let's see if we can find it. So if you want Apple, type investor Apple. Whatever you want, you just type it on there. So this is comparing year over year. Um, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna click. Okay, so this is Q3, September 27. This is like the latest one. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's another one today, but let's look at this first. Let's click the PDF. Let's see what they say. So revenue up 3%, no lot. Our quarter reflects steady improvement. AI is accelerating demand and including new efforts purpose Intel industry along with manufacturer position capital. We took meaningful steps. So Intel accelerated funding from the US government, first bullish. Investment
Mm-hmm.
from Nvidia is coming. Investments from SoftBank, they are all buying their stocks. Increase our operational flexibility, demonstrate a critical way how we play the ecosystem. Our stronger than expected Q3 mark our consecutive improved reflect. Current demand is outpacing supply. This is a huge term because demand is outpacing supply. So a lot of customers for them, a trend that we will think it will persist into, we expect to persist into 2026. So the whole year is still going to be doing well for the whole year. In the third quarter, all of that business summary, Intel. Okay, so business highlight. Intel administration announced an agreement to support continued expansion through 8.9. They're going to get 8.9 funding from the US government. And during the quarter, Intel received 5.7. So there's still another 4 billion coming. That you'll be like, wow, if I don't buy this stock, somebody else is going to buy it. 4 billion. US company is going to give 4 billion. You're going to, oh, the good news is, you remember, money always comes. Money, you make money in the stock market when it has the kind of like first never happened before. Second, when the money is still coming in. Okay, Intel and Nvidia announced a collaboration, and to integrate custom data center PC products. The collaboration will integrate strengths of Intel leading CPU technologies into Nvidia AI. Nvidia also wants to agree to invest 5 billion. This is what I like about it. Agree to invest. So they haven't give the money yet. So if you don't
Mhm.
buy this stock, somebody else is going to buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
SoftBank make 2 billion investment. SoftBank continue to make 2 billion investment, reflecting the beliefs that Intel will play a critical role in the United States. Okay.
Mhm.
Provide a first look. The Intel will fully all of that. Business outlook. Revenue 12, 34. So this is what I want you to copy and paste.
Mm.
I think you gave me these numbers, isn't it? The
Yeah.
first number. You have to give me the second number, all right?
Yeah.
The outlook number. Why did you give me the first number, by the way? Just out of interest.
Because so for the homework, I was doing the outlook, and then from what I understood from the baby gardens video, was that, and I looked at the graphs and I thought, oh, so you want the history, and I just connected it the wrong way.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
that's fine. So anyone who is watching, who is doing baby guidance, make sure you give us the guidance number. Yeah, really, really good. So let's continue this a little bit. And a very, very common mistakes, people give me these numbers. This is all reported. If you see anything with Q3 like reported, it's kind of
mhm.
old already. We want something that is a rough estimate, 12 to 13, a rough estimate. Yeah, that's where the money comes from. So previously owned all of that.
May I
And
ask you two questions
sure.
though?
Mm.
So between gap and non-gap, which is more important? Which one should I
Treat
be
them,
doing?
we take both of them.
Both of them,
Yeah,
all right.
just take both of them. Yeah.
And my
It's just
second
it's
question.
just a different accounting standards. Yeah, that's the second question.
So certain ones didn't have uh, a outlook at all. Like I think
If they
Bank
don't
of
have
America.
Outlook, then
Yeah.
you can just take the past results.
But I think Micro, the website or the Meta, no, what was the website's name? They had the outlook for it, but
Then you
the
take it. If they have Outlook for you, you take it.
oh
Which
well,
website gave you the Outlook? Market Screener.
no, they didn't give me. It was I forgot the name entirely. It starts with M. Uh, sorry, I forgot the name.
Market
But
Screener.
no, not Marcus Skinner, Squeener. I did look into it. I didn't find it. It was they gave it as a table, the outlook for all of the quarters.
They give it as a
For
what?
bank, like a table.
Table.
Uh,
Okay.
in precise short ones, but for Bank of America, I guess, they didn't have it on their the letter they
Mm.
posted every quarter. It wasn't there.
Okay.
So
Okay. Good to know.
is that all right?
Yeah. If they gave you whatever that is, you just take it. Yeah.
Right.
Good. Really good. Good question. So it's very common. Sometimes you will see there's guidance. Sometimes you see there's no guidance. Let's look at prepare remarks. So let's prepare remark. So Intel officers following are provided. We deliver a Q3 per above. This marks the fourth quarter driven by underlying growth. Improve our cash, a key for me since the CEO. The action, okay, important investment for 3 people to monetize Altera Mobile. The extraction balance should give us an operation impacting our owner, but the trust and confidence in Trump and Lunic place in me. Their support. Um, Intel as the only US semiconductor with leading logic R&D manufacturing. We are fully committed to enhance vision. Welcome government as an integral partner. We also tangible progress to improve our execution. We are on track not only to right size by the year, but also involve talent mix, re-establish. We are also seeing a significant increase in day-to-day energy collaboration with our employees. Let me dive deeper into underlying business trend. Over the course of my career, I have a contribution multiple waves. I didn't recall a time where we'd be more excited about the virtual computing. We are still very early stage. We continue to play a critical part of AI fuel, resulting in addition unmatched compatibility being the largest install to power all of that. Collaboration is a prime example. We are joining forces, continue to build momentum. The new structure, we're on track to launch our first, following by addition to solidify our position. Our course in high-end competition remain fast, but we are making steady arrow. In addition, finally, near term, we continue to provide, turning to AI, all of that. We work with the US government, Intel products, building class. We're looking ahead my long term. We end tomorrow. Our strategy crystallize, strengthen our team. Look forward to update you. We are 5 years post-COVID, all of that third quarter at the six. One of our top priorities was snoring out our balance sheet to the end. We execute deals to secure 20 billion in cash coming from the US government, SoftBank, moving to segment. So the reason what I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to see whether we should buy Intel right now. And in order for us, whether we should buy Intel or not, is by looking at where the money is going to come from. We preparing revenue was up 5%, driven by our latest processor. This increased CPU player computer role. Before discussing, I want to acknowledge tireless. There's a lot of effort moving to Intel Foundry. 10x giga growth. The revenue came in 1 billion. Turning to guidance, we are forecasting at the midpoint. We expect moderately sequential below demand as we continue to navigate a tight supply. We expect to increase, although we expect revenue to decline consistently with guidance, partially offset by growth. At the midpoint, we forecast a growth margin down due to product mix, okay, which has a higher cost in the early stage. We forecast all of that. Moving to CapEx, I'm wrapping up. Solid demand. We recognize our work need to do. Okay. And then some people ask them some questions. Okay, cool. So so if sometimes when people don't have time, you can just ask ChatGPT to help you to make a decision a little bit. So you will be like, give me the bull, give me the bull and bearish points to buy, Intel stock or any of its competitor or any better alternative. Now, there's another AI tool from Tesla. It's called Grok. Let's see what's the difference. So a lot of our students already bought Intel long time ago, but just to see what they say, AI dam, the foundry turnaround strategy, valuation, government backing, high valuation, competitive pressure, all of that advanced bullish, strong AI, alternative, bullish, bearish, takeaway, Intel, good turnaround, risk AMD, balance growth. What is the PE ratio and growth rate compared to its peers like AMD and NVIDIA and all? Let's see. So, The PE of Intel is extremely high. AMD is 100. NVIDIA is 45. Indicated strong growth. What is the growth rate? 24, 30. Okay, let's look at finviz.com. They're going to give us the exact number. If you want to find the growth rate, just go on here. Type Intel Finviz. Most people do not know where to go.
Mhm.
So the PE of Intel is going crazy, 5,000 now. And the EPS is 300. EPS next year is 82. Wow, Intel is going crazy. The EPS is very small, but wow. The reason why it gone also up so high because of the cash being, there's a lot of cash.
Mhm.
And then AMD, let's have a look. The growth rate of this is 360. EPS next year is 82. What about AMD? AMD growth rate is 68, 46. 19 PE is 1, 2, 3. Okay. AMD is very similar to NVIDIA. October now is still the same price. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is 45, and all of that is quite high as well. Okay, cool. So I want to show you when would you have bought Intel. Okay, I want to show you that. Let's see. How can you know when is a good time to buy Intel? Okay, let's open a little bit of this presentation and see if you will be able to know. So let's see. What's the best way? Let's click view all press release. To report, they're going to report later. Intel partnership upcoming. Intel report October 23rd. I think that's what we saw just now. This is October 23rd. So we have done the latest one, October 23rd. So I want to show you how to open the rest. So you go, this is third quarter. So you want to open the second quarter, which is Intel and Trump administration reach agreement. So you can read it a little bit. August second quarter is here. Now let's do the first quarters as well. Report first quarter. Okay, so we have 3 quarters here. So usually we will just compare the outlook and the guidance. Okay, so if you just look at the outlook and guidance, you will be like, okay, 12.6. And then now is also actually, I think we're gonna open the guidance on the presentation. Anyway, so here you see it says 12.8. So 12.6, 12.8. What about gross margin? 34. Previous gross margin was 34, so it's also increases. Net loss, this loss negative 0.24. This is losing less. So things are getting better. Okay. So and let's go the one before, the one in what day is this? The one in April. If you read the one in April, the outlook 11, 34, negative 32. So things keep getting better. 0.32, yeah. So you're losing less money. Negative 0.32, negative 0.324. We'll be drawing this negative 0.14, and the next time probably they're gonna be positive. Okay.
Mhm.
So um so yeah, that's the first part. And the second part is by reading this itself, you wouldn't be like, oh, let me just go all in on to buy. Okay, so that's because you kind of have to read it a little bit more. So that means we have to read a little bit. So the first step, let's look at April first. Yeah, April. Let's see. It was solid start. We are disciplinary Intel with this Intel further. So nothing special for Intel on April. And then if I go to June, they'll be like, okay, second quarter Intel operation, we are laser focused. Our operational Intel continue optimizing Intel recognize. So also nothing special. But the third quarter you saw in what? In this October 23rd, wow, big money is coming in. Why? First, they talk about investment on Nvidia is coming in, SoftBank is coming in, a lot of these guys is coming in because so many people are coming in. You would have bought a lot of Intel. A lot of our students bought a lot of Intel in October 23rd. So if you have bought a lot of Intel in October 23rd because you know that three investment is coming in, some of them are coming, their promise is gonna come, but they hasn't come yet. This is even better.
Mhm.
Promise gonna come, but hasn't come yet. That's so much better. October will just be October 23rd. Yeah, will just be here. It's good news coming in, and then there's a pullback. Wow, pullback for 2 weeks, which is
Mhm.
super good because all the market was pulling back on that day as well. And then it pulled back and then it went up massively since. So it almost doubled, 3 to 5. This is one of the highest level stock that our students do. So how would you have determined this? Is by going through the press release and reading the earning guidance. Now, market screener is going to help you if you read it every day. Okay, if you read it every day, like for example, you go to more news for Intel and you look for, mm, let's say you look for, okay, let's continue reading. So if you look properly, I'm going to scroll all the way to the end, because that one is in October time. So I'm going to go to normal way. But because of the fact, yeah, so go to the normal way. Now,
Mhm.
because the guidance is still increasing, so that's okay, okay? But anyway, let's go to the normal way. So actually, I'm going to open one more guidance. Just open one more, yeah. To report first quarter, let's look at the fourth quarter. Yep, fourth quarter here. So they have a new CEO coming in. Okay. Normally there's a new CEO coming in. If they come up with good things, things are very good for the company. That's what happened. So this is January time. So, the revenue was down 7% January. This is last year. Everything was quite down. And fourth quarter forward position reduction plan, improved trajectory. Our Q1 seasonal weakness magnified by macro uncertainty, further inventory digestion, and competitive dynamic. We remain highly focused. And let's go to the guidance. If they give us guidance, yep, the guidance is here. So 11.7 revenue, and then it gets to 11.2. So even in April 24, the guidance are still decreasing a little bit. Let's read carefully. 11, 33.8, 34, 33.8. So gross margin increases. Gross margin is one of the most important one. If you ask me, Raven, what's more important? I would say gross margin is most important because the gross margin is increasing, so I'm fine.
Mhm.
And 0.32. So they're losing a little bit more money on the earnings. So that's a bit tricky. So in April, you can decide not to do anything. And then after April, this is October, everything starts to increase much better now. This is July, sorry. July. July 12.3, 34, 23, 0.24 previously. So July, you could probably start adding position on. Those of our students did add as well in July 24. And then suddenly in October, a lot of investments are coming in. They're partnering with Trump, partnering with Nvidia. But more, the one that I'm really like is agreed to invest 5 billion. So they haven't invest yet. That's the best part. They agree to invest, so they haven't give you the money yet. So that's really good. Yeah, because they haven't give you the money yet, so they're gonna give you the money. So you know that eventually this is gonna go up. And also they're supposed to take 8.9 from the government. They already take 5.7. So 4 billion are coming in. So money are coming in. So stock still got a lot to
Mhm.
go. So that's what's good about this. This is why it's drive the P ratio up so big. Um, Lots of students make a lot of money from this. This is, because they read the guidance rigorously. But let's continue. So if I don't show you how to read so this is the news for Intel. So we're just gonna
Mhm.
type Intel here. So we're just gonna read anything that's to do with Intel. Okay, anyway, so let's have a look. So Trump called for resignation of the Intel, side CEO. So initially August, Intel was very tricky. Okay. August Intel was very tricky. And let's get Intel share price. So Intel share price, where is April? April. Yeah, even after April, it's still going sideways. Intel literally going nowhere. Intel has
Mhm.
been beaten up big time. One of the stocks, beaten up big time. and it's still going sideways, literally doing nothing. May, July, literally doing nothing until August time. It started to do something when a lot of these news are coming in. So let's have a look. So Intel visit suddenly. So they were fighting. So Trump wants to fire this person, the CEO, and then suddenly they agree to meet, and then they do a deal. They agree to meet CEO, and then agree to meet and Intel. What else? And administration said to discuss taking stake. So when they discuss this, wow, big money is coming in now. 25 of August, discuss money coming in. So you can see August time, 25th, a lot of days for you. Intel started to
Mm.
spike up. Before that, Intel is literally dead. But when Trump comes in, okay, let's go up now. And it's not just like that. The important bit is when Trump hasn't give the money yet. So you can't give the money. If you give the money, it's just a bit tricky. So continue go up. Trump surges, this all Intel share rise suddenly. These are all 25th, all share rise. Consider taking 10%, continue going up. Intel sign, okay, now after that, SoftBank comes into it to give 2 billion.
Mhm.
So after Intel, where SoftBank made 2 billion investment. So they already give that. So they promise to give 2 billion, and then they give it in later in October time. Invest 2 billion, Intel, 2 billion, Japan, SoftBank's Japan stake. These are all 25th, so almost the same day as Trump said that. This is all 25th. Oh, this is a different date now. Oh, why is it all 25th? Wow, the day is a bit weird. But anyway, so Intel department received full accelerated under 5.6 funding from the government again, direct funding. And Intel lower full year expense, expect operational costs, lower full year expense, Intel share rise. Now, suddenly, NVIDIA decided to come in to give Intels as well. Suddenly, in this
Mhm.
is September.
So there must be a spike there when
Yeah,
those
there's a
news.
spike. Yes, you're absolutely right. So it's continued to spike up. And very good, really good. So Intel, rise, all of that upgrades. The date is a bit weird because they are all 25th, but they are not. Intelligent to invest 100 billion open AI, all of these was seed investment for Apple. Um, approach CSMI for investment. They're approaching a lot of people. Remain. Shares talk. Shares. Intel. Remarks. All of that. All of that. Intel Corporation. Remain. So any more Intel? Intel to invest 200 million in some Malaysian chips. Nothing about that. Intel sale of complete sale. So in December 29, 5 billion is already given. So you'll be like, oh wow. So 5 billion is already given. What is there now for my future? Because they already given. So you'll be like, if you sell during here, I will say okay, because they already given the money. And let's see what else. Core NVIDIA launches. Yeah, the great meeting with the CEO. Cool. So that's kind of what happened. So a lot of people invested in this to build data center and everything. So you can see December, yeah, when they started giving 5 billion completes, and then afterwards things just gone out like that. And if you look at the guidance, it's also increasing. And this is an example of of how do you know about this? Because we read the guidance carefully, we realize that there is an injection of money coming in, and injection of money coming is not there, it's not end yet. There's more and more and more and more still coming in. Yeah. So, and the P ratio of Intel is one of the lowest ever at that time. Let me show you Intel historical PE ratio. At that time, before Trump put the money in, Intel was a dead company. Let's have a look. Yeah, before they put the money, Intel was zero. The P was zero. It was a dead company. After they put the money, P started to go up big time because Intel has been losing money. If you look at it carefully, the EPS for Intel is negative.
So we should buy when a news comes in that there's going to be money coming in.
Say that one more time.
So we should buy,
Yes, we
like
buy
suppose in
when
this
there is a
case,
lot of upcoming money coming in for the
mhm.
market. So I'm just going to write that here. You know, the
So
lesson,
we look at
today lesson is to show you that yes, you have to read the market screener, read the
mhm,
news, just go on there. And when the P ratio is super low, someone is already dying. So Intel is already dying for quite some time. Now the next coming dying is Adobe, Salesforce. These are all being beaten big time. So you can look at Adobe. Stock every day dropping. One of the very famous thing. Adobe right now is the same price as it was in 2019, 6 years of discount. Intel also the same before that. Intel was dropping to around how many years of discount? The stock was dying here is around, wow, 20 years. Like Intel has the lowest price it has been in 20 years. So really, really cheap. Same thing with Salesforce,
mm,
you know, the same price as it was in 2020, 5 years ago. Yeah, keep dropping like that. So things like that, someone is gonna come in to buy them. Someone is coming gonna put money in them. And if that happen, wow, it's a really, really good opportunity to buy. So your homework was to go to the latest news for Salesforce, pay attention to Salesforce, pay attention to Adobe to see
mm,
if anything like that. How do you know about this? You have to go to market screen and read one by one. Just
mm,
read one by one. Oh, is there anything like that? Is there anything I can buy? And stuff like that. So you go to one by one like that, and suddenly when thing comes in, you'll be like, wow, time to take massive action. And that time you can go all in to make big money. Make sense?
mm. Makes sense.
Awesome. So let me tell you what's the homework. So the
Yeah.
homework right now is continue update your guidance graph. Update your guidance graph. Okay, update your guidance graph, and then find the news for Adobe and your Salesforce
Mhm.
and what else? Let me see. Irons as well. Iron LTD. This is supposed to be the and port marks as well if you can. Port mark LTD and LVMH as well. Yeah. So find the guidance.
Yeah.
So plot around 6 years of this. Do exactly what we did. And I try to find exactly what we see. Oh, is there money coming in? Is there a new chance coming in? And stuff like that. Yeah. And so that's how the big money is being made. If you want to know whether we should buy gold and silver, try to do Barrick gold as their earning guidance as well. Okay, do it 6 years as well, so you can see a trend. Oh wow, gold company says gold is going to continue to go up. Oh, gold is not going to go up anymore. Yeah, so that is kind of what happened on the Tuesday call. When you come, try to find homework or Tuesday call is to find guidance that increase or decrease 10%. Now, let me tell you what's the best part. The best part about this is that when you have done all of that, you find one stock, and if you just go in like that, life change. Okay, that's about it. If you found one and you go in like that, wow, life just changes like that. That's what's the good news about this. And during the extreme fear time as an apprentices, we're always gonna do a one-to-one session together. We're gonna go in to buy some stocks together. So I'm very, very, very excited for you.
Uh, I still have a question
Yeah, ask me.
about the Tuesday guidance. You said 10%. I didn't understand that part.
So Tuesday guidance, that means it has to increase around 10% quarter to quarter or year over year. So I just want to see a big increase in the guidance. That's what we always do Tuesday. Remember, we go through one by one, we're trying to find, oh, is there any
Hmm.
10%? Is there any 10%? That's what we've
Yeah.
always been doing.
So I have to find a company or
Yes. How do you find
something
this
which,
company? You go to
yeah.
market screener
Mm-hmm.
and then you go to news, all news, and then you want to filter. Once you're on here, you click financial. Let's have a look. Valuation consensus. Okay, let's start again. You go to news, go to that. Oh, okay, let's go to company news. If company is going to give us financial result, analysis, press release. Wow, this is also good. Positive surprise, new contract, insider transaction, press release, transcript, financial result. Okay, let's go. You go to companies and financial result. What are they going to say? Let's have a look. So they say Atropic cuts profit margin estimate due to higher interference costs. Anthropics, is it a stock? Let's have a look. Okay, can't find that. So this is what you do. You go one by one. First one, you find the
Mhm.
company, and then you try to find something that's guidance increase. They just release something. So let's change the countries as well. Just want United States for now. Okay, they give a lot of different companies, but that's okay. So Anthropic, Columbia, Pinnacle, Volkswagen, jump on cash flow bit. So, and you'll be like, okay, Volkswagen jump. Let's see what's the guidance set. Net liquidity versus net cash flow around 6 billion versus company guidance of around break even. So they're talking about, oh, they now have 6 billion coming in versus before that they said they're just gonna break even. So it's a very good news for this. But we want to see the before and after. So Trump tariff before following NATO talk price. Okay, so that's fine. And Pinnacle adjust revenue needs, Volkswagen Intel action. Boku provide earning guidance. Let's see this. India, Tristel to design, lower profit margin, Claire CEO, common outlook talk. So that's what you do. You like go one by one, common holding. They talk about outlook. So what do? We go news, and you can go to companies and financial result. That's fine. Even companies press release is also good as well. And then you go to US only. Let's continue go down. Calendar, meet home. Is I just talking about dividend and all of that promotion. These are all okay. Not the we weren't talking about result. Report earnings, Buggy Bank, Tristone, some give me a lot of companies that is different countries. Now, because they give me companies with so many different countries, so I am going to just change it to this country. So it looks like every time I change it, they change it. So okay, that's fine. Page 3, is it change country again? Oh, they did change country again. Okay. Let's see. BM European fiscal revenue grow, all of that. Fiber completes. Harbor Tyson confirms guidance. Risco propose. Expect profit to soar up to, like, for example, this one, Dajin Heavy Industry. Let's see. Dajin Heavy. What's this Dajin? Dajin Heavy Industry expect its net profit for a share to soar to a Shenzhen Bulls. This is a China stock. Dajin Heavy. Yeah, you can see the stock's been going up really nicely as well
Mm.
since it pops up, but it's just in China. So the next one. So that's why we're trying to look for things that's huge. See uptick in profit. So this is in China, so just a bit weird. What else? Special thing. This is the different countries. Now, how do we? Okay, go to all news, and I just want, let's say, United States, and I want the topic just to equity. So let's see if they're gonna change to different crazy country for me again. Page 2. Well, they did. Oh, did they? Okay, so the country stay the same. So if you go to news and if you go to country, if you just choose equity, they don't change so many different countries for you. They always almost stay the same. which is quite good. So erase announced price. So you read one by one. You read the one that is interesting, that is huge, and see if there's big time increase. So won't awarded. Lockheed Martin get 200 billion. So Lockheed Martin gets money. So if the price is still cheap, now see if they already gotten. If they already gotten, then forget about it. If they haven't gotten, then we'll be
Mhm.
doing it. What will be completed in Texas completed by 2028. So 2020, so they get 200 million, a very small amount to because the company is so big. So it will be nice to get billions. It's a very small amount and it's just an award. So okay, let's continue. Microsoft awarded 70 million. So Microsoft was getting monies as well. Let's look at Microsoft stock price.
But didn't they already get it?
Yeah,
Awarded, right?
if they already awarded, then we'll be like, we don't really care. You know? We want to be
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, we are talking about the future growth of the company. Money is coming in and stuff like that. Mm, Southern buyback that stock, Brown and Brown announce significantly target significant profit growth. So that's what they say. So this is a good buy. What is this called? Let's have a look. Russia's Spiel Bank targeting significant profit growth. Let's see what they say. Um, Record growth ruble. So it's a Russian company. So it's just a bit weird because they've been fighting so much. So we're just gonna invest something where it's safer geopolitically. Mm, 31st, all of that. Gaming. So when I ask you to type Adobe, type Salesforce, all of that, you will type it in here and then go to the
Mm-hmm.
news, you read through them, or you will go to the guidance to plot the 12 guidance as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Let's continue. Cool. Adobe. Fine. Real NH increasing guidance. Report positive. Financial growth. Earnings. 6. To invest. Canadian to invest in American with tier 4 locomotive. Let's see how much they invest. Races, common and space races earning guidance. So you can look at that. The races guidance in the range of 470 to 471. So in order for us to know whether to buy or not, we kind of have to look at the one before. So you plot the earning guidance for these sound things as well. Canadians Pacific, let's have a look. Continue to renew 2 locomotives. They invest 800 billion in American industry. Which one? Completed the purchase and will add. So they didn't really say which company. They're just gonna say that they're gonna invest in American soil. What else? This green sector, Apple, Comcast. So you can see there's a lot of different news here. Just to filter out the news that is important only, we are going to just go for corporate finance. Yeah. So we just see the news that is important only rather than all these things. So let's go to the next page. Kung Fu Vendors BPP tax, increased dividend, quarterly dividend. Something jumped 152%. So this is huge. National expect total loan up low to single digit. This is a little bit, let's look on that. Kung Fu industry forecast up to, okay, shares for Kung Fu industry forecast up to 140 profit jump. Let's look at Tatsima. Loan up low to single digit. Net increase 9 to 11%. So this is a huge news for this person because
Mm-hmm.
it loans now up low to single digit. So if what we got to do, we got to see what happened in the past. So I'm going to click on it, type investor, because now they only tell you now. But what about my salary before? What was my salary before? Tell me my salary. So you have to go back to find the salary. So this is what they said in January 20th. Let's see the salary before. The salary before is in this is August, still not there. First announced pricing offering reports. July, they will tell you the salary in July. What about before as well? Because we want to have as many as possible. First report first quarter, April. Okay, we look at April and July. Let's look at their salary. So, for example, in January, the latest one, their earning guidance was, let's see if they give us the guidance. Bank usually don't give guidance, but we saw on Market Screener, they gave us guidance just now. So let's see, where do we find the guidance? So in order to find the guidance, we could alternate F. Let's alternate F to single digit. So it's not on press release, okay? Now I will tell you this is something. This is something you're going to see a lot. Yeah, pay attention because you asked me the question just now. Oh,
Mhm.
Raven, these bank, national corporate don't give the guidance, but market screener says there's a guidance. Expect total loan up low to single digit. Okay.
Mm.
But when I come here, I can't find it. So that's what do we do? Single digit. They don't really say anything here. So your alternate F, you still can't find low, low. Okay. So on the press release, they don't give you nothing. Now, the answer is you don't find it in press release, you go to somewhere else. So let's see. How do you go? You go to events. Let's see, they have it here. Presentation. Let's see. Press release. Release financial table. Cool. Let's open it up and see. So what is this? This is loan, recon, all of that, all of that. Okay. There's no guidance here, so let's remove that. And this is the PDF. Let's see, there's a guidance here, financial highlight. Balance reported. Okay, there's a guidance here. Can you see the guidance is around repositioning guidance? What is number 4? It should not updated present historical formation purpose. So reported. So they were thinking the guidance. This is previous guidance. Okay, it's not the guidance now. So they're talking about they beat all the guidance. But let's see if there's a guidance for the next quarter. We want the guidance for the next quarter. Loan portfolio. Credit, all of
But
that.
they,
What is this? Okay, Outlook. Yeah. So if the guidance is on the presentation part. Okay,
mm,
sometimes they give a presentation part like this guy is very, very close. I'm very happy. They give you the guidance low to mid single digit. Okay, this is the one the 20th. This is yesterday. Okay, what about before? Because we want to compare the salary before. We don't just compare salary like that. So you go back to last year. Past events. This is January. We look at that. Let's go October. Click the presentation again, and then July. Click the presentation again, or April, click the presentation again. So we compare one by one. So let's look at October first, and you go to all the way to the end because the guidance is always at the end for this company, according to what we saw just now. Where is it? Where's the outlook? Okay, they don't give the outlook here. What's the outlook? Okay, let's see where do we find the outlook just now. Just now, it was at appendix credit control outlook. So let's hit here. Where's the credit control? Credit control. No outlook. Just appendix straight away.
mhm.
Okay, let's see what's the term they use so we can alternate F it. 2026 outlook. 2026 outlook, total loan, customer deposit, outlook. Okay, maybe the outlook is only in the first term. Anyway, so there's no outlook in October in the presentation part. What about the one here? The previous one. Credit control should have outlook after. Okay, no outlooks as well. So it looks like they only give the outlook when it is the fourth quarter. So you go back to last year, fourth quarter here. January is as well, but it's last year. So here, after credit control, they should have the outlook here. Yeah, the outlook is here. So they give it once a year. Sometimes it's like that. That's fine. So up low single digit and relatively stable, 5 to 7. So you compare side by side. Okay, let's read it side by side. This is this outlook. What about my outlook? Will just be, yeah, here. So let's have a look. First one is up low single digit. This is the year before. The new year up low to mid single digit. So a little bit higher now. PS 70%. Deposit relatively stable means it's the same. Now up, which is good. Wow, interest income 5 to 9, almost double. Wow, we have never seen anything double like that. So, and up 1% stable, up 2%, up 30%, driving positive, operation leverage of 5 plus. Very good for the bank. Okay, very good for this. Now, let's go for another one. So, banks is doing okay on this. So, this is January 25. We don't just compare 1 year. You compare like, because it's a salary, so you want to compare a little bit more. So, go to January again, and you click this again. Oops. Allow. So go all the way after credit control. So just so you know what companies this is like a bank, okay? It's a bank, it's a holding company, Midwest, financial highlight, all of that. And then you go to credit quality, and they don't have outlook here. Let's see, alternate F, outlook. Okay, the outlook is he outlook modest margin increase subject to market condition. What else? Flat to modest growth. So the outlook, they give outlook, they did, but it's like 1 per 1 now. No interest, outlook 1. Just like that. They don't give you a 1 page. They like each section they give, outlook is like at the side. Okay. Outlook now. What is this? Given our managing our outlook expense below. Okay, this is expense outlook. Expense outlook. Outlook down, outlook utilized. So they don't really give you low single digit growth. Now we have low to mid single digit growth. Okay. So yeah, but alternate F, but if even earning a transcript, you're gonna see a pattern on it. Okay. So we have never have such a high. So lots of students bought this company. What company is this called? Simon First National as well. So this is where this is how you do it. So what do you mean? So how do you find this? Just to recap everything back. I read through this one by one, and then I find suddenly I saw that. Where is it? It's called Simon, I think. Company is this? Simon. Okay, I was reading it, and then suddenly I found something that is worth seeing, that they increase big time. And then I'm like, okay, let's read that a little bit more. Yeah, that's how we go into it. Let's go to the next one. Boku provided guidance expect to be ahead of expectation, representing 29% growth. Okay. This looks fun as well. Potential buys as well. Common holding expect 700, almost double. Last time was just 463. So, plot the guidance to see if it increased before, could be good. Dajin Heavy is a China stock. Lockheed Martin, we talked about just now. Microsoft gets some money, very small though. Russia, we don't want to do geopolitical. Simon, yep, Simon first. How do I know about this? When I see expect, I look at it because I saw the word
Mhm.
expect. Yeah. So the stock market has gone up around 8% kind of today. So look at Simon, see if we can find this guy. Simon First National Group. Wow. Yeah. Let's look at the PE ratio of this guy. Simon PE ratio. PE ratio. Usually we want the revenue growth to grow like double digits to be like super safe. Yeah. So it has a negative PE 12.41 for a bank. Okay, so it's just around there. 12.41 for Simon First National. Okay, interesting. Just like that. Yeah. In
So,
terms of long-term wise, you're not going to lose money if you put money into it. Go to your demo account and place the trade on these companies as well. First, Simon First National Corp. Let's write it there. 21st of Jan. Simon First National Corp. Because when we read on it, it says this. Before that was
this would be for long term. So if I place it now, it'll
I
be
wouldn't
there
say long
for
time, I would say 3 months to a few
mm-hmm.
weeks.
Right.
To the next earnings, basically. Yeah.
Mm.
So let's see. What was it before? Low to single digit. So that's the reason why we get onto it. Let's just copy this. Sometimes to make it easier, you just get screenshot this as well. Screenshot that. And then you compare the screenshot before, which is, so let's see, yeah, which is this. This is the 2025 outlook. You go like that. And you put it on to your notes a little bit so you can see the difference. Just very simply put like that and make it a little bit smaller as well. And then like that. How do I make it small? You got that? Yeah, you see the difference on your notes like that. How do I make it small? Anyway, cool. So you get see the difference on that. Before was just up low single digit, now low to mid digit. Interest income 9 used to be 5, it's almost double a little bit. If you can know the reason, it will be even better. Yeah. So that's how you do
Mm-hmm.
the homework. So yeah. So that's why we say repeat the homework again. Update the earning guidance graph, make sure it's future. Find Adobe, Salesforce, Iron, Portmart, LVMH. These 4 or 5 companies plot the 6 years of their
Mm-hmm.
earning guidance as well, Barak goals as well, Tuesday call. Yeah, that's how you find. You go to market screener one by one to find it. Anything that's new and upcoming and is huge, that we'll be looking into it because it will affect other companies, other stocks as well. Okay, that's where how money is made. Awesome.
Yes.
Yes, it's gonna be a little bit overwhelmed, but the more you look at it, the better you're gonna get. But the easiest way I'm gonna tell you right now is all this is good, all this is getting ready. But during extreme fear, as long as you close your eyes, you buy a lot of the stocks, we book our 1-to-1, just one time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, life changes like that. You just need one time to go in at that moment. All right, especially the higher level of the apprentices that you go. Cool. How do you
Mm-hmm.
feel?
Oh, great. But it's a lot. It's not a lot actually. It is good. I like it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do it. Uh, yes. But I do have a question though.
Sure, go
This is
ahead.
not about. Do you have time? Or
Yeah, a lot of time. Ask me.
okay. So, for the apprenticeship, I was given the WhatsApp
Yeah.
group. So what should